What's up? What's up, everybody? How you guys doing today? It's Jeremiah Davis, the funding coach, and today is the business source. My live where I give out business tips and information just to help you do business better. I want to see everybody succeed. So the topic today is entrepreneur or Godpreneur. And you might think, what's that got to do with business? Well, that has a lot to do with business, actually. My personal story of how I got to this place in my life is very, very related to my relationship with God. Now, I'm not here to preach to nobody. I'm just trying to tell you the things that I've learned along the way, the things that I've implemented in just the day-to-day business operations. At the end of the day, the short of it is, if you're doing things God's way, you're more likely to succeed. And I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I give all the credit to God because I didn't half the things I'm doing, I didn't even plan to do. And the path that I'm on, I didn't plan to be on. Okay. And, but more importantly, it's more about ethics and morals, and the Bible is called reaping and sowing. Whatever you sow, that's what you're going to reap. And all those things kind of tying together. And like I said, I'm just using my personal testimony. And the reason I wanted to share this is because I see a lot of people out here in business taking shortcuts, cutting corners, and quite frankly, not being ethical. Quite frankly, they're ripping people off, trying to become a millionaire by hurting other people. Okay, maybe they don't know as much as they think they know. Maybe they are doing things that they think are right. I don't know. I don't talk to the people, but I get phone calls every day, and I get people telling me that, well, I thought it was like this, or I thought it was like that. And at the end, they bought somebody's coaching program or a product or service. They had a different, they thought they was getting one thing, and they didn't get what they thought they was going to get for whatever reason. And as a business owner, I know for a fact, if you treat your clients like you want to be treated by providing them a valuable service and being fair and honest, you will reap that in return. Okay. If you're sowing drama, if you're sowing backbiting and gossiping and ripping people off, well, that's what you're going to reap. Okay. But if you have a servant's heart in your business, right? Because in essence, your business could be a ministry in your community. A lot of you guys that are in the credit repair business, that changes people's lives. If you get someone, it breaks generational curses. If you get someone out of their broke mentality and bad credit and educate them and help them build their credit and get them into a house in a different neighborhood, you not only change that individual, but that everybody that individual is connected to, their kids, their grandkids, their siblings, whoever. My point is, it has a far-reaching effect if you're doing it for the right reasons. And the blessings are you get more clients, you make more money, and you can continue to grow your business. So it's all tied together, okay? And just my own personal story, take it with a grain of salt. When I left my six-figure job, I was a vice president of a merchant processing company, and I was making really good money. But I was in a box and I needed to expand. I outgrew the company. I wanted to provide more products and services, and they wasn't ready for that. And that's okay. So I took a leap of faith, literally, a leap of faith, left that job without a safety net, without, not a real good plan, but I spoke it and I did it, and I And I'm still here. Now we're talking about what, 6, 7 years later, and I'm still thriving. I'm making more money than I ever have in my life. And I have more businesses. I have a more of a reach or a following or influence, what have you, um, along the way because I took that leap of faith. But was it always easy? No, 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 no. Matter of fact, I've talked about this before, but in about 2 years after I did that, I lost everything. I was almost broke. I was one paycheck away from being on the street, but God kept me, and I persevered. But through that process, I thought about quitting. I thought about giving up. I thought about going back to corporate America for a 9 to 5, working for somebody else. I almost aborted my dream, my vision, to because I was scared. I was fearful, and the voice said, do you hope I take care of you, or I'm going to take care of you? And with that, I said, oh, okay, you know. I just kept plugging away. I kept working, and I kept working, and I kept working, and then on the other side of that, I thrived. Okay, I expanded. I expanded too much because I tried to start like 2, 3 new businesses at the same time. That was crazy. Don't do that. But I'm still here. I'm still here to give the testimony, tell the story. But along the way, right, I just have a standard policy that I don't sell nothing that I wouldn't buy. Okay, so all my products or services that I have, I believe in, and I believe they're valuable, and I will provide that. And I will educate you on everything you need to know, the pros and the cons, the good, the bad, the ugly about these type of different funding products or business credit products that I offer, or coaching or what have you. I'm going to give it to you direct, straight, with no sugar. So I just want to be honest and with you so you have the proper expectation, because that's how I expect to be treated. That's what I expect in return. Okay. And that has worked very, very well for me. I have many connections in the business world. But more than that, you look at some of the other people that have a major influence in the last several years. A lot of my good friends. I'm going to name drop today. Your Derek Harper's, your Tarika and Ebony and Kenya, and there's a whole list of people that 5, 6 years ago, everybody didn't have that much money, but we was making it, and now they're blowing up. And I see a lot of them giving credit to God. So my point is, the millionaire status doesn't happen overnight. All right. Quite frankly, I'm not a millionaire yet. I plan to be within the next 12 months, but I'm not there yet. I'm not, I'm doing well. Okay. I'm doing well. Every year I'm making more and more money. And so I'm really happy with the direction I'm going, and all the pieces are coming into place. All the pieces, all the things I've been working for. And the reason I'm talking to you guys about this, because I see a lot of people trying to get rich quick. Okay. They're taking shortcuts. They're burning bridges. They're too busy hating on people on social media, or, not giving the quality of service they should be giving to their clientele. Okay. And I'm telling you right now, there's no get rich quick program. Excuse me. Everybody that I know that you guys are looking at, that you guys are trying to model after, they've been working for years, and they went through a lot of hard times, and they kept with it, and they came out on top. And that's what I'm trying to get across to you guys. And not only did they come back better than before, but they did it the right way. They didn't have to lie. They didn't have to cheat. They didn't have to steal. I hear stories about people stealing other people's content, other people's intellectual property, and building their business on somebody else's hard work. And that's wrong. That is wrong, to steal somebody else's stuff. Okay. So, and my point is, how do you sleep at night? If you don't have a moral compass, you can't say you believe in God and want to do all the things that God has blessed you with, and treat people badly, clients or anybody in your circle, people that you collaborate with. Um, you know, I mean, that I'm telling you, and trust me, if somebody y'all don't know me, I've been moving money in one form or fashion since about 2005. I've been in sales since I got out the military in '98. Okay. Um, and I've seen enough people come in and out of this industry crash and burn. Okay. They were here, they blazed the trail, and then they disappeared. Why? Because they didn't do it right. All right. That's what you reaped. You sold some bad stuff. You got some bad stuff in return, and you had to get out the industry. Now, I ain't gonna name no names about that, but my point being is, if you're trying to do the right thing, if you're just trying to start your own business to provide a better life for you and your family, do it the right way. All right. And I promise you, you will get the blessing and you will thrive. If you're going to take the shortcuts and you're going to step on other people trying to achieve what you think you want, it's going to come back to bite you in the butt. Guaranteed. Okay. Now, and the path doesn't always look like what we think it is. Like I said on the onset of this live, is where I'm at right now was not in my plans. Okay. But I am thankful that I'm here, and I appreciate it, because my plans were not good. Okay. Put it like this. I'm about to start my coaching program. I'm about to start I had a software coming out. I have 2 or 3 other businesses. And all of them are interconnected. Either they feed off each other. All right. So it's working out better than I planned. That's my point. It's so much better than my plan. My software is so much better than I envisioned it would be. It's going to change a lot of things in the industry. Okay, I don't want to give away too much of that right now, because when it drops in the next 3-4 months, then you guys will know what I'm talking about. So when I say, are you an entrepreneur? Entrepreneur is just a regular term. Everybody knows that term. That means you're self-employed, that you make your money, sort of any way you can, right? Usually, I mean, whatever you're in a service industry, or a product industry, or the food industry, or maybe you're in the trucking industry, whatever the case may be. But there's a way to do it and do it right. Okay. There's all entrepreneurs. This is a broad title that can fall on a lot of different areas. And I just wanted to make the distinction. Now, this Godpreneur, I didn't come up with a term. I didn't invent it. I heard it and I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. So I'm using it. Okay. But the person did come up with it. I'm not even sure it is. It's in one of my Bible plan apps, for business and doing business God's way. So I said, let me talk on that, because that's my goal, my mission, my purpose is to help as many people as I can become financially independent, or for a better term, it's just free. Okay. I believe 110% is that true freedom, the closest thing we can get to true freedom is being an entrepreneur, being self-employed, dictating your own day, dictating your own income, being able to move around like you want to, and being successful, and then blessing others through your success. Okay. So you can't just hoard it all. If you want the blessing, you got to be a vessel for the blessing to flow through to others. Okay. So my purpose is to help this is God's honest truth. I was praying just so you guys don't know, I know I'm jumping around a little bit. I do serve as a minister in a church. I have a master's degree in Christian education. I've served as a deacon. So I'm a God-fearing man, a godly man that God has turned my life around. Okay, so that's where I'm coming from. Okay, and the reason I say that, since a lot of people don't know, they just think I'm just a regular guy that's on social media. I see a lot of people following me, But that's all here nor there. My point is, I have to do it a certain way, right? So when I was on my fourth or fifth year in theology school, working on my master's, I was praying what God wanted me to do. And the voice I heard was, set my people free. Okay. And that was not be a preacher, be a teacher, or this and that. I can operate in the office of a teacher. That's my calling. That's what I'm good at, teaching biblical lessons and application. But that's the gift that I've been given. Okay. I didn't ask for it. I didn't think I could do it, but that's where I'm at. So when I heard the voice that says, set my people free, I said, well, they're already free. He says, yes, but they don't know they're free. So that lined up with everything that I'm doing. So me starting my businesses and helping and teaching other people to start a business, or just helping other people in a church setting understand the Bible better, understand what God wants of us better, is setting people free. Okay, so that's why I say entrepreneurship is the closest thing to true absolute freedom without living off the grid in the mountains somewhere. I like comfort in living in society and people. So, but working for someone else for 40, 50, 60 years, punching the clock, making, whatever, 50, 60, 70, $100,000, whatever you make, until you're 65 or 67 and a half or whatever it is now, to retire, to enjoy the latter part of your life, that doesn't sound like freedom to me. And that's what that's why I took the leap of faith and said, okay, I'm just going to jump out here and I'm going to do my best, and then when it got hard, excuse me, when it got hard, I almost quit. Okay. But through the whole time, even when I was working for the other company as an employee or, vice president making six figures, there were certain things I would not do. I was providing merchant services for a lot of different business types, high risk business types, but I wouldn't work with businesses in an adult entertainment space. I wouldn't. I'm not going to be associated with that. I wouldn't. When there's the fees and everything involved with the product or service that I was providing, I had to believe in it and that it was the best option for me and for my clients. And I keep that same value to this day. Okay. When I go to these banks and I argue, on our behalf for them to loosen their restrictions to give people a better option, to use their banking service, whether it's merchant accounts, whether it's loans, whether it's business lines of credit, any of those things, any of the financial products or services that I offer, I'm advocating for the little guy, saying this is not fair, right? And I'm doing that from a personal point of view. Like, this is not a good deal. You shouldn't take this. I wouldn't take it. And that's how I communicate with my clients. And sometimes I'm like, well, this is the best I can do for you for right now. Let's come up with a plan. Excuse me. Let's come up with a plan. If you have to take this deal that's not good right now, let's see if we can get you out of it as fast as possible. I want to help people succeed. Okay, that's the mandate. That's my purpose, to see as many of us as I can, help as many people as I can succeed as an entrepreneur, as a small business owner. Okay, and yeah, you got to pay for those services, but I'm going to give you the value. Okay, I'm going to give you the value of the services. If I can give you a break and I think it's fair, I will give you a break. But my time is valuable, and my knowledge, my resources are valuable, and I got to eat too, so I got to charge you something. Okay. And now there's plenty of people out there that know that I provided some of my services for them for free of charge. And I continue to provide it for free of charge just because, I'm just a nice guy. I mean, until I feel like the service I'm providing you is worth me asking you for money for, okay? Or better yet, sometimes I'll give you the service and then ask, and then once the service is complete, Then you pay me after you've received your loan, after you received your business credit, after your credit has been improved. Okay, so there's a number of different things, and that's just fair. That's just fair. That's how I want to be treated, and that's how I treat you. Now, the Bible says, treat others as you would have them do unto you, meaning they ain't got to treat you like that, but you still need to treat them like you want to be treated. Okay, so the buck stops with you. If you want to succeed, you need to do it God's way. Simple as that. I believe that. Now, there's plenty of people that are succeeding that don't do it God's way, but I don't think they're happy. I don't think they have all the fulfillment they need out of life. All right, I was out there once upon a time without a relationship with God, and I know for a fact I had everything in the world, but I still wasn't happy. I wasn't fulfilled. That's another topic for another conversation. My point being, you want God as part of your business. You want God to brag on you. You know, you want God to brag on you to the point where it's like the blessings just keep falling into your lap because you're not holding on to them. You're not hoarding them. You're letting them go and you're blessing other people with. If God has put you in a position to help other people, you need to help other people. Okay, that's if you're not, that blessing, those windows of heaven that's pouring out, it ain't gonna stop. Okay, and that means you don't gotta lie, you ain't gotta cheat, you ain't gotta steal. You know, I don't even understand it really. I've never thought about doing that, and maybe that's because I try to keep the mind of Christ, but a Godpreneur is different from an entrepreneur. Okay. And let me tell you something else. There ain't no broke people in the Bible. Okay. All right. Abraham wasn't broke. Okay. All right. Joseph became the second most powerful man in Egypt. Disciples wasn't broke. Jesus wasn't broke. Okay. Broke people don't need a treasurer. Maybe a better treasurer than Judas, but that's another topic. Point being is, the Bible makes it clear the love of money is the root of all evil, but it also says money is the solution to all problems. Okay, now you got to figure out, do some study on your own. What's the difference? There is a difference. Okay, is money more important to you than family and friends? Is money more important to you than your relationship with God? Okay. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Now, a Godpreneur, he's going to make sure, or she's going to make sure that the services or the products that they're providing are benefiting the people. They're not taking advantage of the people. Okay. That's a Pharisee. That's a Sadducee. That's legalism. We don't have those options. We have the options, but we shouldn't use those options. If you got to use other people to come up, that's not good. That's not good. That's bad. All right. Just put yourself in their shoes. How would you feel if somebody used you to come up? That's not cool. All right. We can do better, you guys. We can do better. And if you're going to work with me or be one of my affiliates for funding, or you're one of my clients for coaching or business credit or credit repair or funding, I have a litany, or even my custom executives business for a virtual assistant. You're going to get treated right. Okay. If I couldn't provide the service, I've refunded someone all their money after working with me for a year. Why? Because they didn't do their part, and I didn't want the headache. They paid me like whatever it was to help them fix their credit, and then I did. I got them up to 700. Now this is pre-pandemic, but he wasn't doing his part. So I said, okay, I'm done with this. I don't have any more time to spend with you. So I gave him all his money back in cash. I delivered it to him in person. And he's like, what? No, I don't want it all back. I was like, no, dude, you got to want this more than I want it. You got to want it for yourself more than I want it. If you're not going to do your part and keep the credit monitoring and pay your bills on time and do the things you need to do, then I can't want it more than you do. And that was it, you know. And don't get it twisted. I fire clients all the time. If they come at me the wrong way, disrespectful in any kind of way, and it's just not a good fit, you ain't got to work with everybody. You ain't got to take everybody's money. All money ain't good money. All right. Some people are more trouble than they're worth. You just let them go. You don't have to. You don't have to do anything extra trying to make it work. Okay. Now that might sound harsh, but my peace is more important. Okay. You know, if not working with you is fine. Just making room for somebody else. Somebody else is going to come along and they're going to be happy to give me their money, and I'm going to be happy to take it, and I'm going to provide them the best service I can. And that's it. You know, so all clients ain't good clients. You know, especially some people will hire you and they will treat you wrong, try to do chargebacks, talk bad about you, give you bad reviews, all things like that, all those kind of things like that. You know, and you should be able to discern a quality client versus a client that's going to be a headache. It's not that difficult. Okay. After you talking with someone after a while, if they don't appreciate your time, they don't appreciate your knowledge, they don't appreciate your worth, then it might not be a good client for you. Just saying. Okay. But I just want to jump on here and get a little bit more personal how I made it to where I am, how I get to travel all over the country and sometimes all over the world and enjoy the benefits of my hard work. It's because I do it God's way. I'm a Godpreneur. Okay. I'm going to do it God's way. I'm going to treat you like I want to be treated. And I want you to succeed. That's the ultimate reward. If I can help 100 people and their business thrive, that is an amazing testimony. Say I helped 100 people change their life, and it's not just that individual; it's everybody they're connected to. You know what I always think about? I think about the guy or the lady that's got the kids that are struggling, and whatever I provide for them changes their life to the point where they can change their environment, they can change their mindset, and that changes their kids and that next generation. That's breaking generational curses. That's the reward, is to change people's lives for the better. That's ministry. Okay. So if you're a business owner and you're trying to make your life better for yourself and your family, be a servant to your community, and I promise you God will bless it. All right. I want to thank you guys for watching. This is Hadley, Dana, Derek, man, all you guys. Thank you guys for following. Thank you guys for watching. Go to my business page, like the business pages, go to YouTube, subscribe to YouTube channels. I'm going to be delivering more content like this, because God and business go hand in hand in my world. All right. And the Bible is full of examples of how to do business God's way. And I'm going to be sharing those with you guys going forward. So I want to thank you and God bless you. My name is Jeremiah Davis. I'm the funding coach. Peace.